Hi, I'm Debra Band. Since early childhood, I've been spellbound by the endless varieties of life that pop out as simple clumps of grass. Now, it's a delight to pass this tiny adventure on to my very tiny granddaughter. It's hard not to feel nature singing God's praise when you're looking at all this tiny complexity. The medieval Jewish classic Perek Shira, Chapter of Song, captures this life-giving wonder. Its composer put short biblical praises of God from across the Hebrew Bible into the mouths of stars and beetles and bugs, all kinds of wonders of the natural world. And I've celebrated the birth of my first grandchild, who you can see down in the corner, by creating this luscious picture book organized according to the Hebrew alphabet, the Aleph-Bet, that adopts Perek Shira into a celebration of the environment and its creator for children of all ages. In All the World Praises You, honeybees for my name and dahlias for my granddaughter lead you on a wild ride through our precious environment, replete with non-denominational spiritual joy and environmental ethics. Let me share with you just a little bit of this celebration of nature. Let's start by looking at the verse. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works. Now, the composer of Perek Shira chose this ecstatic praise of God from Psalm 104, it's one of my favorites, which presents a 35-verse song of gratitude to the God who created a world of perfect natural order and balance, who at the cosmic level established the earth on its foundation so that she'll never totter. Yet at the human scale, made the grass grow for the cattle and herbage for man's labor, that he may get food out of the earth. One commentator I enjoy suggests that the central idea of the psalm is a contemplation of the splendid order of creation that brings a person to revere, fear, love, and surrender himself to the Creator. That's my cockatiel, Peaches, in the background. He turns up in the book also. Anyhow, matching this grand verse from Psalm 104 with something as mundane as grass raises a really thought-provoking tension. Biblical texts often treat grass as a great blessing, while others, like Psalm 37, regard it as insignificant and impermanent. Don't be troubled by evil men, do not be incensed by wrongdoers, for they soon wither like grass, like verdure fade away. This contrast between great and small, between transient and everlasting, suggests that even the smallest, least substantial among us can perceive and praise the God that enables and suffuses all of creation. And I smiled all the way through making this painting. It grew from my memories of countless happy spring and summertime moments whiled away during my childhood, propped on my elbows in my family's garden, probing the grass for tiny flowers and insects. And if I was really lucky that afternoon, I might catch sight of a tiny startled lizard. Over the years, I've remained spellbound by the infinite variety of life sheltered in a seemingly insignificant clump of grass, just as was the author of Perek Shira. How better to express the grand sweep of this verse from one of my favorite psalms than to relate it to these tiny lives? So with our eyes planted at ground level, we scrutinize a dense clump of grass. A worm, ants, and a gangly daddy longlegs crawl out from between the blades. A tiny lizard clambers up onto a strong blade, while ladybugs and my eponymous honeybee prepare to alight into the warm summer air. And you can see down at the left a small bud of the dahlia representing my granddaughter's presence. And you see the honeybee there? The poetry and painting lead us to think about how we relate to the natural world in both our daily physical lives and our spiritual lives. For instance, how do you relate your own life to the tiny phenomena of the natural world? What kind of objects capture your own imagination? And what other tiny things play central roles in our environment? How has humanity's evolving ability to see their role in the greater world changed through history? Do you have favorite works of art, literal, visual, literary, visual, musical, that express wonder at the variety of life in nature? And how do you relate all of these ideas to your sense of connection to God. Think about it. You'll find the painting and more information on All the World Praises You on its webpage here, along with materials geared for younger and older students and adults. Rich discussions of the painting's meaning, the letter itself, explorations in environmental science, and even links to citizen science programs. I'm completely jazzed about these. It's so much fun. All of this is available at Diving Deeper, Enrichment Materials for All the World Praises You, and you can see the link here. Enjoy!